Hi everyone, it's Tesla. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. I'm going to be talking about the ColourPop Sweet Talk collection. I picked up a few items from the collection that I thought were really beautiful and perfect for the spring. As tempted as I was to get everything, I did not do that. I picked up the beautiful Sweet Talk palette, and I did pick up all of the lipsticks from the collection. I thought that they were just too gorgeous for me to pass up. Plus they're in a cream formula, which I love. And then I got two of the blushes, and I'm actually wearing them each on my cheeks, so I'll talk about those in a little bit. And I picked up one of the Jelly Much shadows. So I am so excited to share this collection with you and just my picks from the collection and to tell you what I think about everything. So I'm gonna be doing some swatches and a tutorial and just let you know my thoughts on everything that I picked up. And so let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and let's get into the video. So the first thing that I picked up from the collection is this gorgeous palette, the Sweet Talk palette, and it has 12 beautiful shades. These are warm tone shades, so if you're over the warm tone trend, maybe this is not the palette for you. But if you're like me and you don't care about that, then I would say that this might pique your interest. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna swatch the colors for you, and then we will talk about the palette a little bit, and I'm going to go into an eye tutorial for you guys. So the way I'm going to do the swatches is that I'm going to go row by row. I'm going to just finger swatch on my arm and tell you guys the colors. The shade here is Catch Me. Then we have the shade Side to Side. Then you have the shade Garden Date. And then you have the shade Work It. I'm going to give Work It a little bit of an extra chance here. I'm going to swatch that again. So that's the first row. And as you can see, Side to Side is one of the Super Shock shadows that they were able to put into a palette. So this is a brand new formula that they're able to use. So I'm going to, hopefully you guys can see the shades. Okay, so we have the next row here. I'm going to swatch. We have the shade Prima Drama, which is another Super Shock shade. This formula is a little bit grittier. The glitters in here are a little bit more chunky. Then we have the shade Meadow, which is a matte. So you have a beautiful orangey matte here, coral toned. Then we have a Pressed Glitter Early Morning. And then we have the shade Dream Maker. So I'm just spreading out Early Morning a little bit more so you can see that. Okay, and then we have our final row here. We have ICYMI, which I believe stands for In Case You Missed It, Melody, West Side, and Feel Free. Okay, so for the final row of swatches, we have ICYMI, which I believe stands for In Case You Missed It. That's beautiful. Then we have the shade Melody, which has a really beautiful kind of gold orangey shift to it. Then we have West Side, which is a matte, and then we have Feel Free, which is another matte, and this is the deepest shade in the palette, and it's very pigmented. So this row is really strong, very intense, beautiful colors. Okay, and that's really all. Oh, that's staining. That is staying on there. That's intense. Okay, I picked up one Jelly Much shadow. The other ones looked so beautiful, but I've never tried the Jelly Much formula before, and I wanted to make sure that before I committed to it that I really liked it. But this is the shade Close to You. It is a beautiful pinky tone in the jar here. And let's see how it swatches. That's Close to You. Let's see, am I getting them? Maybe that's better from that distance. You can see that it's a very subtle color. I think this would be really beautiful to just quickly swipe it over the lid, run out the door, maybe with some mascara. This is my kind of shade for just like a quick out the door kind of look. It comes with this tab here to make sure that it doesn't dry out. And then the lid. That's really pretty. I did not put that shade on my eyes this time. For this look, I did use just the shades in the palette. I do have an eye tutorial that I did for you guys, just like a really quick spring look that you guys can pretty quickly put together. All right. I wanted to play with the ColourPop Cosmetics Sweet Talk palette, and I was really enamored with the colors in here. You have these 12 gorgeous shades in here, and I'm going to create an eye look using some of these shades, and I want to also play with the Super Shock shades in here as well. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start by setting my eye with this shade here called Catch Me. And sorry, this is beautiful packaging, it's very reflective, but here's the shade Catch Me. I'm using my Morphe R35, and I'm just going to set the eye. I am using my blank slate, and I'm gonna switch to the color. I want to use ICYMI. I'm gonna put this color in the crease. In order to soften this edge a little bit and blend it out a little bit more, I'm going to go in with the shade Meadow right here. So I'm going to switch brushes finally. I use the same brush for the crease colors, and I'm going to be using this Sigma E55 shading brush to pack some color on the outer V. And the color that I'm going to be using for that is the shade West Side. I want to use the shade West Side. I really want to keep this look very light and springy and airy. If I were going for like a maybe more intensified look, I'd use this shade, but I'm going to go in with West Side. For the inner corner, I'm actually going to, okay guys, I know what I want to do. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the shade Side to Side here, which is part of the new revolutionary Super Shock formula, which they can keep in a palette now instead of it being in a closed container. And I'm going to put that on the inner part of the lid. And just to add something on the center of the lid, I'm going to add a little bit of glitter. I'm going to try this shade Prima Drama. That's a cute name. And this is another, it feels like another, like a pressed glitter formula. And I'm just going to tap that on the center. that's all I'm gonna do for the top lid. I'm gonna use my Morphe E24, which is a smaller pencil brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade, in case you missed it, ICYMI, and I'm just gonna line the bottom lid. I'm gonna go back over ICYMI just on the outer part with the shade West Side. For my inner corner, I'm gonna go in with the shade Garden Date right here. For a little bit of contrast, I want to do something a little bit different, just to add a little bit more color and dimension to this look. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, but I love the ColourPop cream gel liners, and this is in the shade Crybaby, and I'm going to line my waterline with Crybaby from ColourPop. I did my liner off camera, and I'm going to be putting on some mascara. I'm going to be using the ColourPop BFF mascara, and this is in the shade Black on Black. And I really like the ColourPop mascaras. I think that they're really, really nice, and they work really well. Today for lashes, I am going to be using House of Lashes from the Sephora collection, and these are in the style Sweet Pea, and I love the name. I think it is so appropriate for spring, and they look super sweet. So I'm gonna put these on and see how they finish off the look. Okay guys, so while my eyelash glue is drying, I wanted to share a couple of the face products I got from the spring collection. I picked up 2 of the Super Shock blushes. I got the shade Get Laid, which is super cute. It's spelled like lei, like the flower necklaces you would get in Hawaii. So very cute play on words there. And then the shade Growth Flirt, so instead of Growth Spurt, Growth Flirt. And Get Laid is kind of like an orangey, more orange tone shade, and then Growth Flirt has more pink to it. So you can see, I'm going to take the lids off so it's not so shiny. So we have Get Laid and Growth Flirt, and I'm just going to grab a clean synthetic blush brush. This is a Morphe RG8, and I'm just going to go into Get Laid here and see what I can get on the brush and just see how that applies. And, oh, I like this color. You can definitely build it up. And I like this natural flush. It looks more intense in the pan, but as you can see on the cheek, it's a really, really nice, warm orange tone, but it's not too much. And you could definitely pack it on if you wanted to. And then the other shade, Growth Flirt, we're gonna try as well. I'm gonna get a different brush. So for this one, I have a buffing brush from Real Techniques. This is also clean, and this is Growth Flirt. So this has kind of like a more, I would say, pinky Rosy Glow, and then you've got like your Peachy Glow with Get Laid and Growth Flirt, and they're both really pretty colors. And I have a medium skin tone, and so the fact that these show up as well as they do on my skin, I think if you are lighter than me, then these will definitely show up on you, and you probably won't have to do even as much building as I did. And if you're a deeper skin tone, I think these are really flattering tones as well. You may have to do a little bit more building for them to reach the intensity that you like, but I think both of these are really beautiful colors. And what I like about the ColourPop Super Shock blushes is that they can look intense in the pan, but depending on how far you go as far as the application can really determine like the intensity. So if you don't really like heavy blushes, you can go in with a light hand, but if you want something more intense, you can definitely build it up. So I'm really happy with that. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but I do have bare lips, and that's for a reason. I wanted to try with you all of the shades from the lipstick collection, and I was just really drawn to these colors because I am a big fan of kind of these types of tones. You've got like a little bit of coralness in there. You've got like a slightly purplish looking tone here, but I'm gonna just go ahead and jump into trying all the different colors for you, and let me know at the end which one is your favorite. Okay guys, that's it for the lip swatch portion of the video. I decided to conclude with the shade You're Thriving. I think that this is probably my favorite shade so far, although I really enjoy all of them. I think all of the colors are extremely beautiful. I love the formula and the finish of these shades. All of the spring lipsticks are cream formula, which is probably my personal favorite formula in any brand, is like a cream or a satin finish. I do like mattes depending on the color, but as far as comfort level and just longevity and me being able to continuously reapply a lipstick, my personal preference is cream or even a gloss formula, because I tend to have drier lips, but they're really comfortable. There's a nice slip, they glide on really well, and I think that they're gorgeous colors. I think for $7 that they are a steal as far as the color selection and the wearability. And I think that for spring, absolutely, these are great colors. So I love that this is kind of a more toned down coral, like it's not too bright. So there's definitely that option to wear it every day. So I'm a big fan of the lipsticks. If you decide to pick some up, I think that would be a great idea. So let me know what you think. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video that included eyeshadow swatches, lip swatches, an eye tutorial, and trying out some of the new blushes from the spring collection. I think that this is a beautiful collection from ColourPop. I think that if you are new to the brand and you haven't tried anything from them yet, and you're not really going for anything really intense, that this is maybe a good place to start if you wanted to try some of the products. I really like the fact that they were able to put the Super Shock Shadow formula in the palette so that if you wanted to just quickly incorporate it into your, I would say the best way to apply the glitters and the Super Shock formulas is with the finger, and then of course you can use a shadow brush for the other shades in the palette. But overall, I think that these are really gorgeous colors. I'm really happy with the eye look that I came up with. This would be something that I would wear just out on a regular basis if I wanted to do something like a little bit of a step up from just like one eyeshadow or just concealer to take the kids to school. But yeah, I really like this palette. I could see this being something that I use on a regular basis. And I really like how even the shimmery shades in here, it's not overly intense. So this is definitely, like, I would say wildly wearable in the sense that, yeah, you can put some glitter in there, but it's not too over the top. And it's just a great way to try their shadows. And then the packaging is just so adorable. Do you see that? I love it. I'm really happy with that. And I think that all of the lipstick shades are really gorgeous too. So yeah, definitely let me know what you guys think about this collection in the comments below. I have no regrets with this collection. I'm really happy that I picked it up because I know for a fact that it's something that I would wear. Some people might look at it and say, that's kind of muted and it's maybe too subdued or maybe not really exciting. But I would say that, you know, for the most part, the way I live my life, that, you know, as much as I would love to wear like neon green eyeshadow to drop the kids off at school, like I just don't do that. I'm usually just looking to, you know, get myself ready and out the door and looking presentable and maybe add some fun and some femininity to the look as well. And I really like that about this particular collection. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As always, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have a minute, definitely like this video to let me know that this is the kind of content that you want to see, or let me know what you would like to see from this channel. And I would be really, really appreciative if you decided to subscribe and then hit that notification bell so that you know when I post a video. Right now, the way my schedule is working out, I'm trying to post a video at least once a week on Fridays, get the weekend started off right. But if time permits, at some point I would like to maybe bump it up to 2 videos a week. So we'll see how that all goes. There's a lot yet to be seen in the future. But again, as always, I just really appreciate you spending time with me today. And I hope you have a wonderful one. Thanks again for watching. Bye.